Hey everyone, welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're going deep on a blog post about this Master of Technology program
Okay.
in digital leadership at NUS-ISS. It's a super interesting read about, how to be a better leader in our crazy digital world.
Right.
And I think we can all use a little help with that these days.
For sure.
So we're going to pull out some of the big takeaways, some actionable stuff you can use, whether you're, leading a team at work or just trying to manage your own side hustle.
Yeah.
So, no matter where you are in your leadership journey, I think you'll find some good nuggets in here.
Absolutely. I think the author really nails the skills and mindset you need to thrive in this constantly changing environment.
Yeah. And the first thing that really jumped out at me was this idea of continuous learning, right?
Yes.
Like you're basically saying for cassette and forget it. Like if you're not always learning and adapting,
Right.
you're already falling behind.
You're already behind the curve. That's a key point right there. And they really hit hard on lean and experimentation principles
Okay.
being so crucial for innovation.
Now, when you say lean, can you break that down a bit?
Sure, lean is about maximizing value while minimizing waste.
Okay.
It comes from manufacturing, but it's really relevant everywhere.
So it's not just about launching the perfect product on the first try, right?
Right.
It's more like test the waters, get feedback,
Exactly.
and iterate quickly.
It's about being okay with not having all the answers up front. Think about Spotify, always releasing new features, gathering data, refining.
Makes sense.
Based on actual use.
That ties into the next point, actually talking to your customers.
Absolutely.
Not just assuming you know what they need.
Right.
The author is big on validating ideas early on.
Yes.
By asking these three golden questions.
Yeah, they're really valuable, those questions. The first one, is this problem you're tackling actually a real problem for people? You'd be surprised how often we jump to solutions without truly getting the problem. Yeah. The second question, how are people currently dealing with this? That helps you understand the landscape, the competition, the alternatives.
Okay, so know your market.
Right.
Makes sense. But what about that third question?
The third question is your solution really better than what's out there?
Yeah.
You have to honestly assess your value proposition and see where your edge is.
It's a reality check before you go all in.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got this focus on learning, on customer feedback, but all this innovation needs a driving force.
It does.
And that's where leadership comes in.
Yes.
The author makes a strong case that transformation starts at the top.
It has to.
Leaders need to inspire action, encourage experiments, create a culture of learning.
Yeah.
And it's not about, dictating from on high, but empowering others to embrace change.
It's a very different approach.
There's some great examples too, right? Like GE, this massive company that basically reinvented itself. And then Airbnb disrupting a whole industry.
Yeah, think about it. GE was this huge conglomerate. They embraced digital tech, became leaner, more agile, focused on renewable energy and healthcare.
And Airbnb.
Started with air mattresses.
Yeah.
And completely changed how we travel. That's what happens when leaders foster innovation.
So leadership is key.
Right.
But it's not just about one charismatic figure.
Right.
The author talks about needing systems and processes too.
They're essential.
To support all this innovation.
Right. You need a framework for people to experiment, share knowledge, implement new ideas.
It's like building a greenhouse, right?
Well, exactly.
You need the right environment.
Yeah.
For those innovative seeds to grow.
To flourish.
Now, the author ends on a very, reflective note.
Yeah.
Almost a challenge. They say the real work starts after you learn these lessons. It's about applying them in your own world.
And that's where the magic happens. What resonated most with you? How can you apply these principles? At work, on a side project, even in your own learning?
It's a good question. For me, it's that reminder to stay curious, to embrace experimentation, never stop learning.
The world's not stopping.
Exactly.
So think about this. What step can you take today, even a small one, to bring these ideas into your own journey?
That's a good ponder. And on that note, I think that's a wrap for our deep dive today. Thanks for joining us. It's a